Hello, welcome back to this presentation. Okay, in this video I'm going to clarify some pending things that reminded to be clarified about the relationship between nuclear energy and the environmental terms that has to do with renewable and sustainable things. Also, I need to explain some pros and costs of this kind of energy and this implementation. First, I need to answer this question. Is nuclear energy renewable? As I described earlier in the last video, nuclear energy is considered a sustainable energy since the energy sources is derived from uranium that is mined. Mining can be extremely dangerous to the earth and the ecosystem. Because generate a lot of greenhouse pollutants. That's the reason that nuclear energy is sustainable. Mining the ore can also take time to find and take time to the earth to regenerate what is being pulled. But is nuclear energy renewable? No, but it's considered sustainable. The second question is, could energy be renewable? The answer is yes. Nuclear energy could be renewable if we stopped mining for uranium and used seawater instead. It has been found that there is an infinite amount of uranium in seawater. Uranium regenerates from static chemical reactions between the water and the rocks that contain that mineral. These reactions happen quickly enough that whatever is pulled from the water and is leached from the rocks to replace it. According to science and environmental people, it's impossible for humans to extract enough uranium to lower the overall seawater concentration faster than is repainted. Even though the uranium present in a seawater is in smaller units than found on Earth, and it's estimated that there is about 4.5 billion tons of uranium present in seawater at any given time. And there are studies being conducted in Japan, China, and United States that are finding ways to extract uranium from the ocean water. These studies are finding ways to pull the uranium from the seawater in a way that it's clean and possibly renewable in itself. But it's nuclear energy renewable? Not yet, at least. On the other hand, we have the good and bad things of nuclear energy. First, we have nuclear energy pros. Since nuclear energy is not burning any fuel, power plants don't emit any greenhouse pollutants. In comparison with coal, nuclear energy is much cleaner. Today, nuclear energy is producing just less than 20% of electricity in USA, and there are over 400 power plants around the world. Using nuclear power plants reduces the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and has a relative low cost operation for a long time. With a large amount of power plants around the world, there is a sufficient supply of power being generated to meet the needs of large citizens and industrial requirements. There are even some improvements being offered in a nuclear power world. Science is finding ways to reduce waste through recycling and reprocessing this waste. On the other hand, we have nuclear energy cons. Unfortunately, there are some cons to use of nuclear power. The cost is a big factor. Constructing the big power plants can get extremely costly since the waste of nuclear fission creates radioactive waste. This nuclear waste is also a very large concern. When an atom is split, and the energy is already used, the smaller atoms remain in a very excited state. Releasing these smaller excited atoms causes biological damage, and this waste must be contained until the atoms become in a more stable state. But these atoms can take at least 200 or 500 years to slow down. Until this time has passed, the waste must be contained in recipients and different processes. On the other thing, we have mining of uranium that is extremely dangerous to the environment, and there are higher health costs for ecosystem and miners because extract uranium is a really danger with the means and extremely confusing with the location of these minerals. Yes, in general words, nuclear energy is a good alternative to produce electricity, but needs more study and more investigation to reduce the waste. And okay, it's all for this video. I hope you like this video, and goodbye.